unions in Pennsylvania does not allow unions to negotiate on behalf of private employees, which these members on release time would be, because they're not working in the public schools, but they're working for a private union. Also, this practice is nowhere authorized in the Education Code, in Pennsylvania's Education Code, which means that it should not be a part of a collective bargaining negotiation. It should not be a negotiable item. And also, it violates Pennsylvania's Constitution's gift clause, which prohibits the Commonwealth from pledging or loaning a credit to the Commonwealth to an individual, a private organization, or an association. Basically, the idea is public resources should not be used specifically for private purposes. But in this case, this is a subsidy to a private organization, and that's why they make the case that this is a violation of that gift clause. So while we hope that courts will do the right thing and put an end to this practice, we can't count on them. We can't count on them to do so, and that's why CF is out there waging a battle on the legislative front. We are supporting House Bill 2125, which is sponsored by Representatives Saccone, Christian, and Phillips Hill. The legislation would end ghost teaching with 2 exceptions and require unions to fully reimburse districts if teachers do take leave. And right now, that's not the case. So essentially, unions are, milking taxpayers in some of these districts to help finance their political operations and their operations in general. But this legislation will ensure that teachers are actually paid to teach and not do union work, and that should be the ultimate goal of any good piece of legislation. Finally, I would just say if this topic interests you, I would encourage you to visit our website at commonwealthfoundation.org/ghost. We have a lot of great information, a lot of resources on there. There's a good video. Also, depending on your school district, you can look up the particular provisions, whether or not your school district has release time. All that information is there, and that's available to you. Also, in the back, I have a couple of handouts that are free for you to take, as well as a sign-up sheet if you are interested in getting more involved in this. And thank you very much for your time, and I'll look forward to your...
Thank you, we have plenty of time for questions. I know most of you aren't familiar with the practice of so-called ghost teachers, but please feel to ask any questions about that you may have. Anybody? I guess you did a good job. I thank you very much. And would you please see that we get that bill number? And thanks for being with us. This is a practice that is fairly well spread in Pennsylvania school districts. For the most part, it is not too obnoxious. As he mentioned, the biggest problem is with the pensions. But to try to solve that, we're proposing that we have a petition in the back to be signed. If you will please sign them. The petition states that we want the legislator to enact legislations that this practice must stop. Taxpayer money cannot be used for third-party interest, and petition also states you're stealing from the Treasury, which is a felony. You can go to jail. So in any case, that petition is back there to be signed. Our next, I forgot. The Foundation for Conservative Leadership runs on donations. There's envelopes back there. If anyone feels that they want to support them, feel free. Our next presenter is someone you've seen up here before, and it is a subject that is dear to a lot of our hearts. He's going to talk to us about proposed bathroom, restroom, whatever policy you want to call it that's proposed by our dear president. At this time, Andy, it's all yours.
Good evening, Patriots. All right, you guys are doing good. You remember me from past times, right? Get you going, okay. News flash, before I start, this just came in. Gun shop owners, AR-15s flying off the shelves at $500 a pop. Might cost more than that. Oh well, anyways. I want to thank Alvin for inviting me. I want to thank the board of directors for Berks County Patriots for allowing me a few minutes to speak for a topic that is close to my heart, and I believe it's going to be close to yours. And that's the way our children are being handled. Not a single day goes by, agree or disagree, where we get up and we feel like we're getting hit in the head every day with some kind of intrusion on our rights. Yes or no? Yes. It gets kind of sick after a time. You feel like you're swimming upstream and you're getting nowhere. Yes or no? Yes. Okay. Don't be discouraged. You may need a timeout from once in a while. I do recommend that. Turn the TV off. Don't watch the internet. Just, go watch some birds outside or whatever. Play with your pets. But then come back and hit one thing at a time. But there's so much out there. They're overwhelming us. How many people here are parents who have children in school today? Just raise your hand. Okay. How many are grandparents that have children in school today? How many people here are school board members? Okay, just one. Well, that's good. Or there might be some here that didn't raise their hand. Okay. Anyways, what I'm going to talk to you about is a way you can present to a school board where you live, a PTA where you live, or any civic organization that you think will believe that our children are number one. They're the most important thing to us. We don't need the government, especially the federal government, telling us how to raise our children, or how they should act, or what they should be. We know our child. When you had children, you knew their gender, didn't you? You probably knew their gender before they were born, because you had a what? A sonogram, right? Those of you that couldn't wait for that nurse to come in the room and tell the father, it's a boy, it's a girl. Well, nowadays they have a sonogram party. And they go have a sonogram and they see, well, before the baby's born, it's going to be a boy, it's going to be a girl. So now they decorate the bedroom for the girl or the boy. And within 3 years, a child knows their gender. Almost, not quite, 100% of children know their gender by age 3 because the way they were raised by their parents. This presentation, like I said, feel free to go to your school board. If you decide to go to your school board and speak, be very respectful. I was successful. I lucked out. I presented to my school board about a week ago, a little more than a week and a half ago. And I followed all the rules, and I was respectful. Someone told me, take an army of people with you, storm the castle. No, don't do that. You won't get anywhere. You'll turn them off. School board are people just like you and I. They're good people. They will be turned off if you attack them. Basically, the president won't allow you. The school board president won't allow you to attack the school board. You'll be thrown out. But here's the hierarchy, the way our children are to be taught. Up here is the public. Who's that? Who's the public? You guys. You guys are the head of your school district. You guys run your school district. You are up here. You elect school board members. You elect them. They answer to you. The school board hires a superintendent. The superintendent recommends other hirees, oversees the curriculum, makes sure the ship is sailing above water financially, but he answers to the school board answers to you, right? Is that the way it works? That's the way it works. Okay. Now, each school board has different policies if you're going to address them. If I can get one person in this room to address a school board, then I've done my job. Hopefully I can get more of you to do so. Again, you have to live in that school district. You don't have to have kids in the school district. But if you have children or grandchildren, it should be close to the heart. They do have rules. A couple rules that probably are universal are, you got to fill out a card. When you get to the school board meeting, get there a few minutes early, you'll fill out a card that says your name, what you want to speak to the school board about. So they get you on the agenda. Then individuals will be called up by the school board president. It's usually right at the beginning of the meeting. You'll identify yourself and the topic, then you'll speak and address the school board. My school district limited me to 3 minutes. Now, I was over 3 minutes, but that's okay, because they like hearing me, I guess. Those are the rules. They have the right to remove any citizen who violates their code of conduct. You attack a school board member, you attack administrator, you are bringing up information that's private about a student. No, they're going to say stop. You're done. Don't storm the castle with signs and all kind of. Although they can't bring signs in, posters. You'll be asked to leave. Banners. No, you don't need that. All you need is yourself with common sense. Now they do have the right under state law. That's their authority that they can stop you. They can ask you to leave. So don't say my rights are violated. Okay, again, I lucked out. My school board listened to me. They will not answer any questions. So when you look at them, look right in their eyes, speak very slowly, be passionate, don't attack, make sense, do your homework, and if you want information on how I did it, I will send it to you. Send me an email at coachpan@yahoo.com. Coachpan, COACHPAN @yahoo. I'm not going to have any sign-up sheet. That's pretty easy. Coach Pan, first 3 letters of my last name. Yeah, I was a coach at one time. Okay, now here's how it happened. On Friday, May 13th, wouldn't you know, Friday the 13th of May, every school in the country got a letter. It's right here. It took me a while to find it. Asked my wife. It took me 45 minutes to find it on the internet. It's from the U.S. Department of Justice and the U.S. Department of Education, both offices of civil rights. It's an 8-page letter. I will send this to you. Email me at coachpan@yahoo. If you don't want to do any presentation to your board, I will send you the letter to read. I will also send you the 25-page manual that they sent out to all the schools. This manual will be enough to make you, well, depends how strong your stomach is. For example, I'm not going to read the manual, 25 pages, but I'll send it to you. For example, on one page here, and I actually did fold it, because I know I'm on the clock here. Here we go. Here's one page. It talks about what can schools do to make transgender students comfortable in the classroom. In Maryland, here's a couple things they did. When they line up kids to go somewhere, you know, like elementary school, line up to go to a lunch or line up to go to the gym, the old practice was boys line up here and girls line up there. You remember that? Yeah. Raise your hand if you remember it. Okay. The new practice is you can't do that. You're going to say birthdays between January and June, line up here, or everyone who's wearing the colored cream, line up there. Give me a break. Here's another thing, in part of the manual of recommendations. How do school dress codes apply to transgender students? Some schools have policies that allow transgender students to dress consistent with their gender identity. So a boy thinks he's a girl, wear a skirt. I won't go any further than that, but that's what they're saying. Again, this 25-page manual, I'll send it to you electronically. You'll be flabbergasted. You really will. Just reading it. Okay. Again, this is what I prepared, this is what I presented to my school board. Oh, by the way, a week following, I had breakfast with the school board president because I wanted to make sure that what I said got through the people sitting there looking at me with stone cold eyes. And I lucked out, people. I lucked out. He told me they agreed with everything I said. He told me we're not going to cave. He told me we'll make exceptions for our transgender. He told me how many they had in the school district. I was surprised. That's kind of high. But they weren't going to interfere with our other children. That's okay. I'm okay with that. On May 13th, Friday the 13th, the Obama administration sent a letter to all public schools saying that they must allow members of biological sex who identified as transgender to use the same showers, locker rooms, restrooms, and also housing accommodations as members of the opposite sex, or they will risk losing federal funding. That means that they go on a field trip overnight and a transgender, a boy who says he's a girl, can room with a girl, can shower with a girl, can use the bathroom with a girl, or vice versa. The guidance specifically forbids schools from requiring students to undertake any medical procedure before being classified as transgender. They do not need to have surgery, that would hurt, or take hormone treatments. The instant a parent or guardian tells the school district that their son or daughter now identifies as a member of the opposite sex, the school must comply with no further conditions. So, a 11th grade boy wants to peek into the girl in the showers. No longer he doesn't need to drill a hole in the wall to peek into the girl's shower. He goes into the principal's office and says, I'm a transgender, I think I'm a girl, I feel like I'm a girl, I'm allowed to use the shower. Principal says, I guess okay. The Obama called this measure that allows biological males to spend overnight field trips in the same hotel rooms with a biological female as common sense, a common sense measure designed to foster safety. Are you kidding me? I'm not making this up, people. It's legal experts in the Department of Justice, Department of Education say that this is based on Title IX, but no federal law says anything in Title IX about gender identity. The body of my presentation also gave them definition. What's a transgender? A transgender are people who experience a mismatch between their gender identity as being born male or female and their gender expression. That's what they think they are. There are estimated 700,000 transgender people in the United States today. The estimated population today, 2016, in the United States is 322.5 million. Okay, now, who's good with math? That means transgender in the United States is 0.03% of the population, or if you like Desmos, it's 0.003. That's why when my board president told me there's 2 transgender in my school district, I was very surprised to hear that number. The dictates, or what the government says are guidelines, issued by the feds make several references to Title VII and Title IX. How many people know what Title VII is? Anyone? One hand. How about Title IX? Who knows what that is? 2 hands. 3 hands, okay. Well, I had to educate the board, just in case. I mean, I'm sure they knew, because they're good people.